Kona the Wonder Puppy is currently attempting to rip my right arm from the rest of my body. This week, on a much less emotional Big Dave & Company podcast, we find out what's good for business and we choose our own very special adventure. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Big Dave & Company podcast, coming to you almost live from the Gigabyte Systems studios here on the 90th floor of the worldwide headquarters. I am, of course, Big Dave. With me, as always, my company, the unpaid interns, the lovely Emily, Kona the Wonder Puppy, who is all riled up. You might hear her in the background running back and forth. Cummerbund from the FCC, and, of course, Mike Alicious, our technical producer and 1994 Winter Olympics reenactor.
Yeah.
That's can't be a terribly popular thing to do. I mean, I've heard of Civil War reenactments.
As far as I know, I'm the only one who does it.
And I just never knew that there was people who did, reenactments of the 1994 Lillehammer Games.
Yeah, as far as I know, I'm the only one.
So what do you do?
I'm trying to get a movement going.
How do you do that then if you're the only one?
Well, it's very difficult, mostly because I have absolutely no athletic ability whatsoever.
Sure.
I mostly reenact the judging.
Oh,
that
sure.
happened like for the figure skating and whatnot.
So you
and I like to be the Russian judge in particular.
Give a very bad score?
Right.
So you put on like a blue blazer and like a white hat
and I have
a tie,
a very serious look.
and you stand there with a clipboard?
Right.
Well, I hope you can find some athletes to help reenact
It'd be a lot more fun for me because I'm
actual
just staring off into the ice rink by myself.
Do you actually play music?
As
if a routine, or do you go to the local ice rink and just judge what's going on there?
I go to the local ice rink, and there's not a whole lot of figure skating going on, so I'm really judging the hockey,
sure,
like the little 12-year-old hockey players.
Why don't you?
Which is to some people, I guess they could call that creepy.
Why don't you pretend?
I was using air quotes there.
Why don't you pretend that you're one of the game officials and you can sit down in the scorer's box with your score sheet?
Idea.
You just have to fill it out exactly like the score sheet for the winter game.
Can I still wear my blue blazer?
I assume that's what they want.
Because I'm not just gonna throw that thing out.
No, I
paid several dollars.
I would
at
assume
the local Goodwill.
Sure, I would assume that's what the scorers wore. I mean, all the Olympic officials had to have.
That's what I'm gonna do next time.
Well, good. I'm glad. I hope you're able to.
There's probably scorers down there though already.
Not if you go during practice time.
Good idea. I'll score the practice.
Sure.
Can I bring the buzzer at the end of the period?
Just set it off.
Cool. All right. Good idea.
So if anyone's...
You want to get in on that?
No, thank you.
I mean, because 2 reenactors is a lot more fun than just one.
One, I'm sure. Yes. No, I'm good.
All right.
I'll do it only if I can...
Can you just think about it, maybe?
I lied. I tell you what, I'll do it, but I'm only willing to reenact the part of Juan Antonio Samaranch.
I don't know who that is.
He was the Olympic president at the time.
Okay.
So he's the chancellor of the Olympics, essentially.
So do you get a blue blazer too then?
No, he usually wore a suit and tie.
Oh.
But I'm balding, and he was bald, if I'm not mistaken.
Perfect.
Yeah,
You're in.
He was an elderly Spanish man.
I think you're being typecast, though.
Well, anyway, congratulations. If anyone else wants to help Mike Alicious reenact the 1994 Lillehammer Games, send us an email at podcast@bigdavidcompany.com.
Yeah, lots of openings. We have lots of openings.
We have a great podcast today, by the way.
We always do.
It's brought to you by the good folks at Morningwood Estate, who are announcing their Valentine's Day super special. We talked about the Valentine's Day last week.
Right, which was kind of a screw job, if you ask me. But.
For those of you who aren't looking at the calendar, Valentine's Day is on a Monday this year. It'll be...
so easy 3-day weekend.
Right. So Valentine's Day super special Morningwood Estate. You stay Friday night through Tuesday morning. You can do it for the weekly rate. That's 5 days, 3 days for the price of 7. Only at Morningwood Estate.
Wait a minute.
Only at Morningwood Estate. Go online for details. That's Morningwood Estate.
Get screwed at Morningwood.
That's not how it is. It's wake up with Morningwood.
Oh, I thought it was get screwed.
No, we don't put our opinions out.
Well, come on. That's 2 in a row. That's a total screw job.
Well, I don't know.
I'm looking out for our listeners.
I'm just reading from our very influential sponsor.
Okay, let me try it again. Wake up with Morningwood.
That's very good.
Okay. I'll cut out that other part.
We got some stuff to talk about later, but first we need to do a news article. So I guess what I'm saying is that it's time for the news.
All right, what do we got this week,
I
Dave?
got a very special news article this week, and I got to tell you,
Is it a super special?
Yes.
Just like the Morningwood Estates
yes,
promo?
yes, and it's not my original, the one I really originally wanted. Okay, I wanted to. Kona the Wonder Puppy is getting a little
Having
crazy
some
here.
technical difficulties here.
I wanted to do a news article about a Polish man who was suing over a safari in Africa because he couldn't shoot an elephant, couldn't find any elephants to shoot on his. But I couldn't pronounce any of the names in the story. I couldn't pronounce the name of where he was from, or his name, or
Did
the
you
name
just
of the
put
travel
ski
company.
at the end of everything?
No, there was a lot of witzes.
Because that has a lot of potential to be funny.
I know, and I couldn't figure out any of it. I couldn't
So
figure out how to
okay,
pronounce
so
any of it.
like there's this
there was
Polish
accent
man-
marks I didn't even know existed.
I mean, if that isn't a start of a joke, okay. So there's this Polish man who goes on safari in Africa, and he wants to shoot an elephant. I mean, that
I know.
you know what's the punchline there? That's just
Well, basically what happened
that's
is
comic gold.
He went through a German company with a Polish name.
okay.
Figure that out. He went to Africa, and he claims they sent him to an area of Zimbabwe where there are no elephants
And his sole purpose was to shoot
an elephant. So the guy, the company said, the guy who runs the company, we'll call him Hans, says,
Hans Dieter.
Hans Dieter. He says, well, we should have, as far as I know, he should have seen some elephant dung, at least, to prove that they were around. But so they sent him again, like on their dime, and then he was able to shoot an elephant.
Well, good.
And then take it. I don't know what he did, if he took it back to Poland
Because
or
if there's one thing we have
But-
too many of in the world, it's
elephants. And he's still suing the company for sending him the first time and because he couldn't find one. And I'm like,
Jesus.
what kind of asshole are you that your lifelong goal is
He's
to
kind of
shoot an elephant?
Right, that's the kind of asshole.
And then who will get to do it but sue because you didn't get to do it the first time.
Yeah.
Never mind the second time was free.
that's exactly the kind of asshole he is.
He's Polish. So
You
what do you
answered
expect?
your own. He's a stupid asshole.
So I found this other article here. This one is also from Europe. It's a very Eurocentric news time today.
Good, because
Uh,
it's better than Kentucky, where
right.
they normally come
This
from.
from Paris. A hoax website in France has revealed something poignant in modern society by offering to rent men a girlfriend who can stun relatives, friends, or business partners with their charm and beauty.
Also known as a hooker.
Quote, have you had enough of being alone? Had enough of your wife? Lununpetitami.com, which translates as rentagirlfriend.com. It's in French, asked last month, stressing that the rental services it offered were strictly non-sexual.
Of course they are.
This is where it turns. There's a twist. Do you like articles with a twist? You'll
I always
appreciate
do,
this.
yeah.
After creating an internet buzz where chat rooms fought over the morality and legality of renting out fake girlfriends, all was confirmed on Tuesday to be a marketing ploy for a site selling classified ads.
Wow.
In just 1 month, it said the bogus site had 180,000 hits. 550 women offered their services as rental girlfriends,
Wow.
and 5,000 men wanted to hire one out. That's 10 for each woman, roughly. Alexander Woog said the media sting had cost his organization a grand total of €15 to buy the domain name and graphic design. That's roughly $20.50
Wow.
for all that publicity.
So 10 to 1 was the ratio.
of guys wanting.
Isn't that about the ratio of the place that you went to college? Wasn't it about like 10 to
No,
1?
no.
Wasn't even that good?
No, it was roughly even where I went to school.
Oh, really? Was it really?
College up the road, though, was 10 guys to one girl.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Because you were in a very college-centric town
Yes.
with multiple universities.
Multiple universities. It is a center of learning.
I mean, London is that way, I guess. Oh, I left
yeah,
it out of the bag then.
So that's our news article today. So I guess if you want, that's a very smart way to use the internet to get lots of free promotion.
Yeah, well, not
think about how
free.
many people.
It was like $20.
$20, but shit,
Oh, why can't we get that kind of promotion for Big Dave and Company?
because
Why can't we set something like that up?
Because I don't have any $20 to spend. I spend it
Yes,
all
you do.
fixing
Don't
the
give me
corporate
that
jet you
shit.
crashed into a field in Alabama.
You lose more money in your couch than I make all year.
That's true. Anyway, the news today brought to you by Beanball. Follow the exploits of Bean Factory softball team as they make an improbable run towards their softball league title. That's Beanball. Fantastic new movie coming out in the theater near you.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a real hit, I'm sure. Oh, I mean, the previews look great.
Also brought to you by the good folks at Morningwood Estate. Call, go online for the Valentine's Day Super Special. Stay the entire Valentine's Day weekend for their weekly rate. That's Morningwood Estate.
Wake up with
Morningwood.
Morningwood. So it's only brought to you by the good people at Morningwood Estate. So the jerk offs who come up with the screw job promotions,
How do you know it's a
It's
screw job
not-
promotion?
because it's.
Have you checked out any
it's
prices at Morningwood
3
Estate?
nights for the price of 7.
Scenario. Here's a scenario. Are you ready for a scenario?
Oh, I can't believe you're defending.
Are you ready
this.
for the scenario?
Okay,
Morningwood
go ahead.
Estate.
Go
Let's,
ahead.
for instance, charge us $200 a night.
Okay.
3 nights, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night.
Okay.
Okay, that's $600.
Right, good
What if
math.
their weekly rate is $550? You don't know.
Please.
When was the last time you called or went online to find out?
I haven't.
See?
I had my travel agent do it.
Right. When was the last time you had them do that?
It's been a while.
You don't know because you haven't checked the price.
In that scenario, it's possible.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's not probable, though. I'm sure they're
No.
fucking you big time somehow.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you know.
You know, it's like you go up there with your AAA card, and they instead of giving you a 10% discount, they
They
charge
charge
you
10%
an extra 10%.
And I'm sure this Valentine's Day super special. They like put you in the basement next
Yeah.
to the furnace.
Oh, and I'm sure the
You
rates
actually-
the rates they quote you are single occupancy.
They probably charge you. They probably make you be not next to the ice machine, in it. You're in the
Right.
ice machine. Bring a coat. Anyway, that's.
Oh,
good
you want to
folks.
use the pool? Oh, that's another
gonna be a
$80
surcharge. They're a lot like an airline. They
Yeah.
charge you for things that you can't get by without. Oh, I'm sorry. You want
baggage?
heating or cooling in your room?
Oh, sure, we can
It's gonna
turn
be
that on.
That's an extra $50 right there.
Oh, electricity for your lights.
25 for
That's
electricity.
another
25 per person.
Oh, there's a resort charge too.
Yeah. So anyway, no, I mean it's a great deal. So call and go online. Morningwood Estate
Wake up
with
Morningwood.
Morningwood. Speaking of Morningwood Estate, I had another phone call this week from Lady Rebecca.
Come on,
I know.
two.
Two.
That's two.
Two. She summoned me twice.
The
on the
Lady
telephone.
Rebecca.
Yes.
Actually talked to
Actually,
her.
the Lady Rebecca.
Not a recording,
Nope.
not an assistant,
Nope,
not
nope,
a
nope,
stunt double.
Nope. Lady Rebecca herself. For those of you who may not have heard last
No,
week,
okay, let me ask you this: how would you even know it was her? Because no one's really ever spoken to her except for you. I mean, very few people. So how would you know?
well, usually when first of all,
I mean, did she make you bow again?
over the phone,
Yeah.
yeah, and usually the choirs of angels.
Oh,
you
sure.
know, and
That's a
There's
telltale.
Also,
sign.
the trumpeter who trumpets into the phone
Right.
to announce that she's about to get on actually made my eardrums bleed this time. But this time she called because I don't know if you remember last week she wanted us to.
Oh,
be,
I remember.
Last week she wanted us to be more emotional.
Right.
Right. So we ramped up the emotion.
And we did. We successfully were more emotional.
Right. Because I felt a lot. I deeply felt last week's
Right.
podcast.
You were angry.
and you
which is
deeply
emotional.
tried to feel Emily.
I did.
But you
deeply.
But we had it ramped up. We were on the ball. Like you were almost ready to cry.
I was. Yeah, I had the quiver chin going.
I was going to stab you with a pin to make it happen. But she called today to say that we were being too emotional.
Come on,
and she
she's
wants us
never
to tone
fucking
it down.
happy.
No, like we were at like a 12 because
Did
she
she-
wants it like a 9.
Did she threaten to pull her sponsorship again?
Always.
She's always like tossing,
She
throwing
holds it
around
over
her
our
weight, throwing around her cash
She
weight.
holds it over our head.
I don't
like
like,
it's
I don't
an
like
umbrella.
it, Dave.
Hey,
don't like it.
You got to pay the piper. She's piper. So we got to tone down our emotions.
All right.
I feel ambivalent about that.
No, see, now you're toning it down too much. She
I
wants us at
feel
a 9.
I feel somewhat strongly about that.
Okay, there you go. That's more like it. I think that's where she needs us to be.
There are so many distractions in the studio.
Maybe
today.
we should just have her on.
We
We
have-
had her on as a guest, if
Early
that
on.
could ever be again.
We had her earlier,
right,
yeah.
I know, but if we could have her as a guest, then she could actually give us
The level of
second
emotion
by
that she
second
wants.
emotion.
Because I can't figure this out. I feel
I don't
confused,
think the problem
but
is
slightly.
That, the problem is that I don't think our studio is large enough for the entourage.
We might have to hold it like in a tent or a warehouse.
And then the person who comes with the rose petals that she has to
Sure.
walk on and all that stuff.
Sure. There are so
We'll look
many
into that.
distractions right now. Kona the Wonder Puppy is trying to kill me with this toy. Okay?
It's all right.
She's trying to play tug of war, and then you gave me these beads things that I just
They're
can't,
buckyballs.
buckyballs that I can't stop playing with.
Yeah, look them up.
They're like they're like magnetic little ball bearings that you can do all sorts of fun things with, which I assume I'd be able to do with my other hand if Kona wasn't chewing on this one.
It's www.getbuckyballs.com.
Is it spelled with an S or Z?
S.
Oh, that's good. Good. And they're fun. I'm just
Yeah,
playing
they're
with
fun.
them.
You can make cool
So I
designs
don't
and
even know what we're supposed to be talking about.
I don't know. You got
We're
the
having
notes.
less emotion though. I know that.
Right. So that we can check that off our list.
So that's good. That's good. So we got to dial it down a little bit and be a little less emotional to appease Lady
So
Rebecca.
the next thing says we're supposed to talk about, because you said in the beginning, stuff that's good for business.
Oh yeah.
So what's good for business?
Well, first I
besides
should tell you
hookers?
our emotion level brought to you by Breathe Deeply, the fondue and oxygen bar in Montclair, New Jersey. Cheese-covered food in an oxygen-rich environment. That's Breathe Deeply. call for their Wednesday special, you get half off everything at the fondue bar because they pump half as much oxygen in.
Wow.
So
I went to an
so
oxygen bar in
Did ya?
Vegas. Yeah.
Did you feel better? More clear-headed?
It's weird.
Yeah. Well, you can go to this one.
And
Breathe deeply.
They're flavored.
Fondue and no, this isn't like where you don't have the masks where you take the oxygen. This is like they just pump a lot of extra oxygen
Into the building.
while you eat your fondue.
Oh.
I hope they don't have fires under
Because
the
I was
fondue
wondering,
pots.
because I was thinking the cheese would clog up the mask.
You'd think, yes.
So they already figured that out, and they just...
They just saturate the air with extra oxygen. Half as much on Wednesday, so it's half price admission.
That's a great idea.
It's Breathe Deeply, Montclair, New Jersey. Montclair's only fondue and oxygen bar. Fondue's delicious, too.
I've never had fondue.
It's just cheese-coated stuff.
I like cheese, and I like stuff.
Yeah,
and I guess
put them
I'd
together. Put
them
your hands together, my friend.
Right.
So yeah, we want to talk about something that's good, not good for business. We spend a lot of time on this podcast bitching about businesses that are bad.
Yeah,
And we get
'cause
poor
there's a
customer
lot of 'em.
service. Okay,
I hate fucking poor customer service.
so I thought it was only fair and appropriate that we take some time to talk about a business that did good
Good idea.
and a good
Big Dave
experience.
and Company podcast store.
Yes,
They have great customer
Great
service.
customer
there.
service.
That's the one you're talking about?
no.
Oh.
This is the case. I'm talking about a publishing company.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Here's a little backstory. You want some backstory?
I do.
A couple days ago, here now, 2 or 3 days ago, at BigDavidCompany.com, I wrote about. Let me go even further back. A few days ago, before that, Jeff, our good friend Jeff, friend of the show at Enter the Man Cave, www.theman-cave.com. Enter the Man Cave. He wrote about a series of videos that are appearing on YouTube. And
Okay.
they're like a choose your own adventure style videos.
Really?
So you like watch the video.
That's a cool
and then it
idea.
comes to an end, and then you go to watch this video to continue this way. Or
Why didn't we think of that idea?
I don't know. So some guys are doing it out of somewhere, and Jeff was onto it. So he wrote about it, and I read the article that he wrote about it, and then I wrote a response to that. And what I chose to do was write about the Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Yeah, like
Like,
from
because
when
he
we
was
were
writing
kids.
about the video, so I want to talk about the books from the days
Are
ago.
those still around? those
Yeah.
books, yeah.
There's 32 of them. 32, a series of 32.
Okay.
And then the company that publishes them publishes some other style stuff. They're all written by the same author.
Cool.
And so I wrote about this, a little article about how I remember using them when I was a kid. Because
Yeah,
I
me
remember.
too.
Just check them
Absolutely.
out of the library, go
Right.
through. And I wrote about how I would go through and read all the endings and then try to get which one I wanted,
Sure.
all sorts of stuff like that.
Very nostalgic.
Very nostalgic, yeah. Because I spent hours and hours reading them, and I was talking about my favorite ones. And the woman from the I've lost
Publishing
the ability.
company?
Publishing company, which is called
See, that's what a technical producer does.
from the technical.
Publishing company named. What's the name of the
I
publishing
don't
company?
remember.
This is your. Come on, you're on the spot here.
I know, and I don't remember. It's like Choosers or Choose It. I don't
Okay.
know. But you don't. That's not important. If you want to learn all about them, go to
It's only not important because you can't remember.
because I can't
it.
remember, and because my technical
It's
producer
actually integral to the
won't
story.
help me find it on the interweb. I can find it.
I'm
Hold
busy
on one
taking care of the dog over here.
Hold on one second. I'll find it. But anyway, the bottom line is you can go find out all about their stuff, www.cyoa.com.
Okay.
Okay? And
Is that like cover your own ass?
choose your own adventure.
Oh.
Choose your own adventure. Now, see, this is like live podcasting. I'm doing the research
Choose
right
your
now.
own adventure.
Yeah. Don't do the charters.
Second one down. Third one down.
Oh, I have to get my mouse out.
Come
My
on.
mouse. My mouse.
We're live on the air here, Dave.
I couldn't care less. I'm not
We
gonna
have
lie.
dozens, literally dozens of people
I'm trying to
waiting.
be less emotional. ChooseCo, that's what it was. ChooseCo is the name of the publishing company.
Choose Co. Okay.
They do Choose Your Own Adventure, Dragon Lark series, a bunch of series, okay? I wrote this article, and a lady from ChooseCo sent an email to BigDavid@BigDavidCompany.com saying how she was like a marketing director from ChooseCo. Wrote how she enjoyed my article and would like to see how people related to their books because they've been published over a thing. Just a short little email.
Really?
Read your thing. I liked it. I'm glad you enjoy the books. We like to find out how people have.
So somebody other than Patsy reads your blog?
Yeah, I don't know if she Googled.
that's great.
If she Googled Choose Your Own Adventure or what she did, but it came up and she read it and she wrote me a thing.
Cool.
And I thought that was super fantastic.
That is super fantastic.
So I wrote her an email back
Because to take, I'm sure she's a very busy person.
and I said, "Are you a narc?" That was the first thing.
Right. Because you have to tell me if you are.
Yeah.
Right.
And
then
then
the
she said
second
no.
thing-
And then I said, Well, thank you very much. I said, no, I honestly said, thank you for your email. I appreciate it. I told her it's very rare that a business takes time to do that. And
Yeah, I'm sure she's
I really
busy.
enjoyed the books, and I'm glad you did it, and thank you very much, and you've made my day.
Yeah, it's almost like the old-fashioned days of like writing a little thank you note to somebody.
Sure. So I thought that was really good. I thought that was a very
cool.
good business practice.
Very good, because now we're talking about
Now
it,
we're talking about her.
and it was genuine.
You're
I'm sure.
going out right now to look up information about your Choose Your Own Adventures. If
I'm
you
sure
go to
she didn't do that to like get us to talk. I'm sure
No.
she just was genuine.
Genuine. I thought so. So now you can go check out all the good Choose Co stuff at cyoa.com. And you can actually buy Choose Your Own Adventures like packs, and you can go see like the whole list of them, which are ages 7 to 14, but I think I might go check some out from my local library.
I thought, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. And they still publish them, you can still get them.
I like remember some of these covers.
So do I. Number 1 was the Abominable Snowman,
Yeah,
which
like
the
third one down is the one.
Space and Beyond.
Yeah.
Which I read Mystery of the Maya. I read that's number 5. There's like 32, and later on
That's
they get
so
to be
cool.
like there's some that I've never. I remember the House of Danger. That's number 6. Escape was my favorite one. Choose Your Own Adventure number 8. There's like a future war going on. You have to escape.
So I wonder if that's Buzz Yarborough flying that plane there.
I would assume so. It's
number 8.
crashing, so I would assume
Yeah.
that it's probably Buzz. But yeah, there's 32 of them. Plus there's there's a Dragonlark series, a series called Golden Path.
There's
and
a Spanish version.
Spanish versions if you habla español.
Yeah.
So you should go check it out. This would be, I guess, like us
Click on
endorsing that.
Fabulous Terrible.
Ah,
By series. Under Dragonlark.
Fabulous Terrible.
What is that?
I don't know. Let's find out.
It's fabulous and terrible.
Oh, it's for girls.
Oh,
Choose Your Own Adventures.
the
for
adventure
girls.
for you.
Oh, man. Got an injury. We have a podcast-related injury. Did Kona the Wonder Puppy bite you in the hand when she was
She
playing?
did. Yeah.
You know what you should do? Sell her to the Chinese restaurant. She'd be great
I'll
outside.
give her to the Chinese.
She'd be great
restaurant.
out front. I don't think they would like use her for food,
Go
but she'd
lay
be.
down.
Yeah, go lay down. This podcast has spiraled into oblivion, hasn't
That's
it?
all right.
We're just
Well-
we're so far off the track.
You know, the deal was after last week's, possible top 5 performance, we might as well just shoot this one in the ass and
Did
not
you really
even
think
try.
last week was top
I
5?
really did.
Because I don't
possibly top 3.
listen. I don't listen to the podcasts.
Because my
I don't.
favorite is still the No Crying Over Spilled Chocolate
I
Milk.
know that's always going to be
Because
your
it's
favorite.
really funny. But
Um,
the one last week was very good.
Because I wrote last week's podcast, and then like I made it, and we came in and we did it, and I walked out and I felt it being distinctly average.
It was good.
But then you said it was good, and I still haven't gone and listened because I don't listen.
See, and so I was thinking to
Although I
myself,
told lots of people it was recommended as a top 5.
as I was editing it, I was thinking about it. I was like, boy, maybe, Lady Rebecca was really onto something about this whole emotion thing. Like, maybe we really do need more emotion. Maybe that's why this is better.
That could have been.
But now she wants us
Now
to
she
dial
wants-
it back.
And this one is terrible.
Right.
I'm feeling that this one is sucking like balls like a street corner whore.
Yeah, it's bad. It's
Yeah.
probably top 5 worst.
You think so?
Yeah, it's
this like-
it's
is
probably
this like-
right up there with the fall color tour,
Which one?
the original,
We had 2.
the original fall color tour.
I did get some. that was
That was
awful.
bad. That was real
I
bad.
did get some good feedback about our Christmas special though.
I don't remember.
Somebody
the
came up to
Christmas
me at
special
the old bowling alley the other day
and
told
said
me
it was
that they
better than
enjoyed the
average.
Christmas special a
Wow.
lot. And I was like, "You listened? Someone listened?
Was she hot?
It was a guy."
See, this is the problem.
Um,
We have the wrong demographic.
yeah, I know. We're
'Cause
terrible.
at least we don't really get anything from this podcast. At least you could
I get lots of money from.
At least you could meet chicks.
I get
at least
stuff
I could
from
meet
our
chicks.
great sponsors like bread. Eat it at every meal. The Independent Bakers of America want to remind you bread's the most important part of your meal. 6 to 11 servings every day. Bread.
Really,
It's good for you.
a bread commercial. We need to be reminded to eat bread.
The International Bakers of America want you to eat bread. They probably make a lot of money selling bread.
I'm sure they do.
Here, take your thing. So yeah, so we're playing with the. We're just out of control here today. Thank you, Lady Rebecca.
Was that our news story? Did
What?
we even do our news story?
It was the French people selling
Oh, okay.
chicks on the internet or whatever.
All right.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
So
This is a terrible podcast.
this is the worst one we've ever done. And I love the fact that we followed it with a good one. So everyone hears the good one. They're like, oh, these guys must be pretty
I'm gonna
good.
listen again next week. Oh, wah, wah,
Oh,
wah.
wow. Did you hear that sound? That's the sound of them clicking over to another website.
That's
right
almost
now.
like right after you have sex, doesn't it? Make that same? Doesn't that
Wah,
noise?
wah.
Yeah. Doesn't that play in the background?
That's right after
And
I
the-
blow it as soon as I take my pants
And the
off.
girls
Oh!
are always like, "What the hell? Where's that music coming? I didn't know you had your own theme music."
This girl likes me. She's licking my face.
Kona, come on.
Kona, say something to the nice people.
She's busy eating.
She's trying to eat these balls.
Oh, don't let her get those.
No, they're in my hand. Your balls are in my hand.
Because it says right on the package that like you will die.
If you eat them,
If you eat
because you'll
these.
get like obstructed bowel.
Yeah.
Do not put in nose or mouth. Swallowed magnets can stick to intestines, causing serious injury or death. I didn't know I had a metal intestine.
Yeah.
I didn't know my intestines,
Your
was
intestines
made out
are
of
magnetic.
aluminum.
Yeah, aluminium. Kona,
Oh, man.
don't stop talking to them.
Seek immediate
Get down.
medical attention if magnets are swallowed or ingested. 'cause
Anyway, let's
you need to
let's
have
end this train wreck
you
already.
need to have a very expensive surgery if that happens.
Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah. So, Brett, call or go online to find out about Morningwood Estate. Go to CYOA.com because they're a good business. They do things the way business is supposed to be done. They're very nice people. They make fantastically interesting books. Spent a lot of my childhood listening. They're probably not going to want to be
too.
associated with us anymore after hearing this, though.
I would always like read the book and then like choose my, and then I would like start to read that. I was like, this sucks, and I would go back and choose the other
Oh,
adventure,
sure.
and then it was like,
Sure.
yeah, this is better. Which I'm sure is the point.
Looking at it as an adult, I like it because it's good value because it's like 5 stories in one.
Right.
That's like a Dr. J way of thinking of things.
That's true.
But so go CYOA.com. You can check out all their great products. They even have a blog of their own with the guy who writes them.
Cool.
Tells you about stuff. Probably
Maybe we should get him as a
chooses
guest.
Your own adventures. Anyway, anything else you want to say before we end this?
No.
Before the emergency crews come
Pull
to
the
clean up
plug.
this train wreck?
Pull the plug. We have a do not resuscitate on this podcast.
Anyway,
Pull
on
the
the-
plug.
Anyway, I'm done. On behalf of all the company, I am Big Dave saying thank you very much. We're terribly sorry for what you just went through. And we'll see you next week. Next week on the Big Dave and Company podcast, it doesn't really matter what we're going to talk about because it can't get any worse than this week.
Again, I think we need to apologize for this week. It was bad.
Profusely. Although I bet we could set the bar lower next week if we really wanted to.
I don't want to.